Hey man, I'm gonna go get gas. You need anything? Whoa, don't do that. It's only Thursday. Right? And the car needs gas. Yeah, and apparently Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays are the worst days to get gas, and Mondays and Fridays are some of the cheaper days to get gas. Oh. Yep, and don't forget to ask for that 5% discount. Wait, what 5% discount? Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, hi, my name is John of John's Finance Tips. Now, I think it's great that you might be able to time the optimal day to go to the gas station to save on gas. Personally, I just like to have a permanent discount every single time I go. So that's why on today's video, I'm gonna give you the secrets on how you can unlock a permanent 5% discount at the pump. But not only that, we can then take that savings and flip it into free travel. And the credit card that we're specifically going to leverage is the Citi Custom Cash. So the video is gonna have 3 parts. Part 1 is a card overview where we talk about the sign-up bonus, the earnings, benefits, and of course my verdict. Part 2, I'm gonna show you how to maximize these savings across the board. And in part 3, we'll talk about how we can take those savings and flip them potentially into free travel. If that sounds like a plan, then go ahead and pop a squat. And if you'd like to support my channel in any way, I would really appreciate it if you wanna check out any of my top card offers in the description box down below. And we'll get into today's video. Part 1, we've got the card overview. Now before we get into the nitty gritty, there is some quick housekeeping when it comes to applying for Citi credit cards, because to kind of pull off this whole thing, you are gonna need more than just one card. So let me go over those 3 kind of housekeeping rules that Citi tends to have. First rule is you can apply for a Citi card once every 8 days. The second rule is you can get 2 cards every 65 days. And the third rule, it's not official, but it's kind of reported out there, Citibank can be kind of increase sensitive. So if you are applying for a bunch of different cards and then you want a Citi card, they might look at it as, hey, you're applying for a bunch, you're doing a bunch of hard pulls, we're not as likely to approve you. Now, the data points kind of go which way, whether some people are like, hey, I have 1 inquiry and I can't get approved, and some people are like, I've gotten 20 inquiries and I got approved. But for the most part, it seems like Citi can be a little bit inquiry sensitive, so you want to be aware of that as well. Now let's jump into the overview of the Citi Custom Cash. For one, let's start off with the sign-up bonus, and as of the shooting of this video, this is a valid sign-up bonus. Of course, be sure to verify when you're going to apply. So you will get a sign-up bonus of 0% APR for the first 15 months. In addition, you'll get $200 back after you spend $1,500 within the first 6 months of getting the card. From an earnings perspective, this is where this card shines as a gas earning card. You will earn an industry-leading 5% cash back for up to $500 to spend every single month in your highest spend category. Those categories include gas stations, restaurants, grocery stores, select travel, select transit, select streaming services, drugstores, home improvement stores, fitness clubs, and as well as live entertainment. So all you need to do is use your card, swipe, 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 and Citi at the end of the month takes a look, where did you spend the most, and you get 5% cash back. So then we could reason, well, if gas is a category and we only take this card and we only pay for gas, then we will definitely get 5% cash back. And for all the other categories, you'll get 1% cash back. And if you spend over $500 in a particular category, you'll only get 1% for that category. In the later sections, we're gonna talk about how we can really leverage this 5% for a lot more than just $500 to spend, but let's put a pin in it. Moving on to benefits. Not a whole ton of bells and whistles here in the benefits section. I think the biggest is the fact that even though I'm talking about earning cash back, because that's kind of what this card is, you earn them in the form of Citi thank you points, which when you pair this with, say, their mid-tier card, the Citi Premier, you can actually then transfer over and then transfer to a flight partner, unlocking way more value. Annual fee. This card comes in at a $0 annual fee. And now let's move on to verdict. Listen, if you want to save at the pump, if you want to lock in a 5% discount, this is a card you should absolutely jump on. But maybe you're thinking, well, John, I spend more than $500 a month on gas. To that I say, wow, that's an incredible amount of spend on gas. But importantly though, that's no problem. Now into section 2, we're gonna talk about how you can maximize the savings for even more cash back at the pump. So we know that this card will give you 5% cash back for a high spend category every month for up to $500 of spend. And you might be thinking, well, why don't I apply for multiple cards? Well, Citi actually doesn't let you apply directly for another custom cash. It's in their terms and conditions. However, you can do a product change from another Citi credit card. And what a product change is simply you already have a Citi credit card and you call Citi and say, hey, I want to change it from product A to product B. It's as simple as that. And what's really amazing is there are a lot of different types of cards that you can product change into the Citi Custom Cash. So one card I'm looking at right now is the Citi Double Cash. The Citi Double Cash is a 2% catch-all card that Citi has. And what sucks about the double cash is the fact that there is no sign-up bonus. And so for most people, I actually recommend that you apply for a Citi Custom Cash for a sign-up bonus, and then you apply for a double cash, and then at some point, you want to do a product change from the double cash to a custom cash, and you have 2 double cashes. But it doesn't end there. You can take Citi's Diamond Preferred credit card, which is their 0% balance transfer card. You can product change it into a custom cash. You can take the Citi American Airlines A Advantage card, which is a co-branded card with American Airlines, and product change it to a custom cash. You see, there's so many options to get multiple custom cashes. Now let's say you might have 2 or 3 custom cashes. Well, then all of a sudden the $500 limit for the 5% cashback becomes $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. It all depends on how many custom cashes you can pull in, but remember, you're not gonna apply directly for it. You're gonna apply for one of Citi's other cards, and then you're gonna product change it to a custom cash. The other thing I want you to notice, typically for a product change, you have to wait about 12 months from which you've had the card. So this works especially well for people who already have other Citi cards. They're like, hey, I'm gonna apply for the Citi Custom Cash, get the sign-up bonus. Then I have these other Citi cards. Oh, look, I can product change it, and now I have multiple custom cashes, and now you've pretty much unlocked a whole world of cashback, especially if you are gonna spend more than $500 a month at the pump to lock in a discount. And now onto part 3, where we can flip our savings into free travel. More specifically, how we can flip our gas savings into more free travel by way of leveraging Citi Thank You points. And as a quick reminder, Citi, much the way like Chase, American Express, Capital One, has transferable points. They are called Citi Thank You points. The reason I feel like Citi doesn't get a lot of love for their transfer points is the fact that they are missing a credit card in the premium space. So with American Express, you have the Platinum. With Chase, you have the Sapphire Reserve. With Capital One, you have the Venture X. With Citi, you used to have the Citi Prestige, but now it's only a mid-tier card they offer in the form of the Citi Premier. But nonetheless, I still think there's some good value to be had with Citi Thank You points, and when you stack on the fact that you can have a 5% earning card on your highest spend category, well then you can certainly turbocharge the number of Citi Thank You points that you can pick up from everyday spend. So in order for this to work, you'll need a Citi credit card that allows you to transfer your points to a flight or hotel partner. In this case, it's gonna be the Citi Premier. Once you have a Citi Premier, you can then pair that with your Citi Custom Cash. The Citi Custom Cashes earn thank you points. Instead of taking as cash back, now you can move them over to the Citi Premier, and on the Citi Premier, you can then move them out to another airline or hotel of your choice. And in the points and miles world, that is where you're going to get the most value when you have an external partner. Now, some of you are probably thinking, so I have to get another credit card? Yes, you do. This is how this game works. In the world of travel hacking, I wish I could say, hey, it's one and done and you're gonna be sitting in first class, sipping on champagne, knocking back caviar. Fortunately, it's not that simple and you're gonna have to put in the legwork. But by putting in the legwork, you can both optimize your spend as well as earn some extreme outsized value for the points that you're gonna be getting. So now we're gonna walk through 3 examples of how I think someone can get some good value from their Citi Thank You points. The first transfer partner we'll look at is Turkish Airlines. Let's say this winter, instead of just holed up somewhere in the Northeast where it's snowing and just kind of bleh, let's get out to Hawaii, somewhere a little tropical with a little bit more sunshine. Well, if we wanted to, we could fly from Newark to Honolulu on United Airlines in economy class for about $390 or so one way. However, I think we could do better than that. Turkish and United are in the same alliance, known as Star Alliance, meaning you can use miles from Turkish Airlines to book a flight with United. And so if we look for the exact same booking, it looks like you can fly from Newark over to Honolulu for just 7,500 miles. That's incredible value, and I'll let you decide for me. Would you rather spend 7,500 miles or $390 to get to Hawaii? The second partner we'll look at is Avianca. Let's say instead of trying to get economy all the way out to Hawaii, maybe you want to fly in the front of the cabin. Why not business class on United again? But this time we're using our partners with Avianca. Now, personally, I don't see Avianca getting a whole ton of love on YouTube or in the blogosphere, but I feel like it's pretty underrated as a program. So let's take a look at this flight on United from New York to LAX. This clocks in at a cash value of a little over $800. However, if we were to go through Avianca, we can actually book this for 25,000 miles and about $5.60. So I'll leave the question to you. Would you rather spend a little over $800 to fly United Polaris over to the West Coast, or 25,000 points redeemed through Avianca, which you transfer from the Citi Thank You program? And the third partner we'll look at is Flying Blue. Let's say getting out west, either Hawaii or LA, isn't your cup of tea. Instead, you want to go east. How about Christmas in Paris? Ah yes, Paris, oui, oui, the city of lights and love and really sweet reward redemptions. So, if we were to take a look at a cash booking from Boston to Paris in business class on Air France, that would cost over $6,000. Yikes. What if instead though, we used our points? Well, that would only cost 50,000 points and about $400 or so in taxes and fees. So I'll leave the questions in the audience and comment section down below. 50,000 points plus about $400 or so, or paying over $6,500. I'm using points all day, again, transferred from the Citi Thank You program. The important thing to note, folks, is there's a ton of ways to use Citi Thank You points. In order to get access to these transfer partners, you will have to pair it with Citi's mid-tier travel card, the Citi Premier. And if you're willing to open that card and pair it with your Citi custom cashes, you're gonna unlock some crazy value because now you've got multiple Citi custom cashes, you're earning 5x on your highest spend category. Of course, we're gonna look at it for gas, but you could, if you wanted to, look at something like grocery, for example, or other higher spends, and then you take that, combine it with your Citi Premier, and then you transfer out to one of their flight or hotel partners. And that's the video, folks. As always, if you have any comments or questions, drop them down below. If you'd like to support my channel, you can feel free to check out any of my referral links down below as well, and I will catch you on the next video. Peace!